Okay, you guys, don't mind the shitty lighting. I'm just in my car right now and I'm about to head into Woolies. I have been on my grind recently. I'm really trying to lock in and get this diet right in line with the marathon. Enough to get the marathon done without coming out with an injury and fueling my body properly, but also so that I can look and feel my best on the wedding day. I'm sorry to admit it, I'm just a girly who wants to show up looking and feeling her best. So I've been doing a lot to try and clear my skin. I went and got a facial yesterday, which is why my face is really red, and I unfortunately can't train for the next 2 days. But I thought while I'm at it and I'm about to go head into Woolies and buy a few things to restock for my meal prep, I thought I'd take you guys along with me, because I think this is the biggest thing, is like a lot of people don't understand how to meal prep, and to me, or to people who already know how to meal prep, it seems kind of silly that they wouldn't know, but it's just really challenging for people who have never done that before and they just eat on the go or plan what they're eating or buy out or whatever. So I wanted to try and explain how I do it so that you guys can also do it, or even inspire you to give it a go, because I'm not a meal prep person. I personally don't love prepping meals. I love to prep ingredients, so that's what I'm doing. I think that is just the better way to make sure that your food tastes as fresh as possible, that you don't get sick of things, and you can also pivot and change what you decide to have based on the ingredients that you've prepped. For example, sometimes I will prep beef mince and I'll do it with taco seasoning, and I'll also prep a lot of veggies, rice, all of that stuff. And with those ingredients you could either make like a sweet potato bowl, because I always have cottage cheese on hand, so you could always do like a cottage cheese sweet potato beef bowl, or I'll use that same mince and make like nachos, or I'll make like a burrito bowl, or I'll make a burrito or something like that. So those are just the examples of why I decide to do meal prepping ingredients. But yeah, I'm about to head in, so come along with me, spend the afternoon with me prepping. It is currently a Thursday and it's 10:43, so I'm getting peckish. I'm quite hungry. I might try and get a little snack in there too. I'm trying to stay away from things like seed oils, anything really processed, super high in refined sugars and stuff like that, because I just feel like my skin responds to them so much in terms of like eczema and my acne. So trying to stick mostly to whole foods is like my vibes, focusing more on like macros instead of calories, and quality of the food. So like things like carbs, fats, proteins, making sure that I'm hitting my carbs, because carbs are essential for me to make sure that I perform at my best, not only at work but also with my running, with the marathon. I want to still make sure that I don't get injured with that, because I do love running, but also catering my meals around like protein and trying to stay away from the fats so that I can keep the fats for things like sweet treats in the afternoon, because we all know fats are also higher in calories. But yes, so that's what I'm going to do. Come along with me. This was a very long ramble, but I think very necessary. I just got back from the supermarket. I also went to Woolies, and then I went to Penn Cheddar. Could not find cottage cheese for the life of me, which is so sad. So I didn't come home with the one thing that I absolutely needed, but that's fine. I also had one of these as like a snack in there. The ingredients aren't too bad, like there's canola oil and stuff in there, but I was hungry, and at the end of the day, fuel is the most important thing. Calories aren't too bad on these ones, and they're actually made with like whole grain cereals, wheat, oats, all of that. So, and they're super yummy. Couldn't recommend these enough. As a little snack, you could even pair it with like cottage cheese and maybe some like veggie snacks. But anyway, I got some coconut water to have with my marches, my ice marches in the morning. Got Mitchell some Diet Right. He has that with his BCAAs. Not my thing, but I also wanted to try this PB2 powder. It's like really low in calories but higher in protein. They basically take out all the fat, and it's chocolate flavored. So I'm gonna add it to my yogurt bowls for either dessert or like snacks. I got some YoPro. I I got dark chocolate for either granola, snacks, or like on my yogurt bowl. I got some more bananas because you can never have too many bananas in this house of people who run. I got some butter, and this is like a little hack for you guys, is that even though this isn't spreadable, it can stay outside of the fridge. So it's also a lot less ingredients than spreadable butter, obviously. And it's a lot cheaper than buying organic 100% butter. But Western Star stick of butter is literally pasteurized cream and salt. So I'm just gonna pop this into a container, and like when I want to use it on a pan, obviously it's gonna melt, but if I'm planning on using it with toast, I'll just take it out in advance. But that is a little tip. This was like $4 compared to paying, I think it was $10 for 100% butter. I love these. I've tried the passion fruit ones, weren't my favorite, and I've also tried the watermelon strawberry ones. Those are really, really good. I love them. So I wanted to try the lemon one. I'm like slowly making myself through all of the different flavors, but I have a feeling that guava is going to be very similar to passion fruit in the sense that it just doesn't go with the flavor profile, because in it is like apple cider vinegar and it just does not go. So I have a feeling that like lemon and apple cider vinegar is gonna hit hard. So like got some of these because these are really great as an afternoon pick me up if I'm craving something sweet. I got this sweet chili sauce by Mingle because it's got really low calories, and it's also really clean ingredients, and I thought I could put it on my chicken mince. I saw one girl put it on her chicken mince as like a seasoning, and I'm like, I'm gonna try that because that's really easy, and I need a quick meal today because I'm starving. My stomach is literally rumbling. Some chicken mince, obviously. Lean beef mince, that's another trick. If you're not already, get the lean, and if you're really trying to cut, get the extra lean. I really don't mind beef mince to be dry. A lot of people don't like dry meat, but I don't mind dry beef mince because it gets like crispy. So I also went to Pancetta, as I said, so all of this stuff I'm about to do now is from there. I prefer the fresh produce from there, and if I'm not doing the big shop with my family and we get that 10% off discount for Woolies, then I'll shop at Pancetta because the veggies are always so much better. This one was on sale, and I freeze my sourdough, so it's best before by tomorrow. So still got another day, so it's like fine, and the ingredients are again amazing. Sourdough, you can't go wrong with sourdough, and it's 6 grams of protein per serve, which is great. It's like 8 serves, so I'm imagining it's like 2 pieces of toast. I want to make my own sourdough, but I have to start by getting that sourdough starter, and I don't even have the time to even think about that right now, so that's a next year's thing. My papaya has gone a little squashed. Okay, I got papaya, she's squashed, that's so sad, and then I got half a pineapple, and this will last me until Sunday, so that's good. That can be for my breakfasts or my yogurt bowls or just snacks. I got some cucumber because I thought I'd have this with my mince for lunch, and then I also got some apples because I've been loving to stew these up and add them to yogurt. I also got a pumpkin to cook up so that I can also have this with my chicken mince as well. I'm not gonna have that today because I don't really have the time nor the patience to do that today, but I will be cooking that up. And then I've also got purple sweet potato. Now, me and Mitchell have been looking for these for so long. We've literally we've just been looking them for so long because we were listening to a lot of podcasts and stuff when I first started working with my naturopath, and one of the things that we heard about were these purple sweet potatoes, and apparently they're like a superfood. So but we didn't realize that they're called something completely different at different stores. Some people call this a Japanese potato, and I could be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong, but some people call this a Japanese potato, some people call it a purple potato, but at Panetta, they call them white potatoes, which is really confusing because the one that has purple skin that's white on the inside is called a purple potato. So that's where we got confused. So we always walked past these and didn't pick them up even though we wanted them. But anyway, I saw a girl roast them up and have them with banana, which is really random, as like a little snack, a little sweet treat, a little bit of carbohydrates, mid-afternoon pick-me-up. And I really wanted to try it because she said it tastes like banana bread. Now I'm going to quickly make a yogurt bowl and eat that because I'm starving, and that can be like my snack before my lunch. So yeah, let's do that. I've done Greek yogurt, PB2, strawberries, a little bit of walnuts, and then 2 squares of old gold chocolate, like dark chocolate. 2 squares of old gold literally goes a long way. Like, you can chop it up And it's literally like the serving size of dark chocolate chips. And this would satisfy me for a sweet treat. All made with whole foods and delicious. Okay, now I'm gonna like cook my lunch. Rice, chicken mince, guacamole, capsicum beans, a little few corn chips. I'm also gonna have one of the sodalies, and yeah, fueling is so important. So making sure that you get a good balanced lunch in is key to making sure that we don't overeat this afternoon in calories that won't even like match this whatsoever. This is one of the most yummiest lunches I've ever made on a whim. The sweet chili sauce in the mince, to die for. It's so good. And like all I need is a few little chippies on the side when it comes to like Mexican bowls, and I'm sorted. I always crave getting the nachos at Guzman, and then as soon as I get the burrito bowl with the food chips, I'm fine. I also like to eat lighter meals these days. I used to love to fill up on main meals, and now I just prefer to have a lighter meal. And for some this might not be light, but for me this is light. Like I eat a lot of food. So my rice portions have changed quite a lot. I increased my macros, which come from like veggies and stuff, and then obviously increase or keep my protein the same as well. But I just feel like that works better for me. And then obviously I'm eating less calories but still focusing on my carbohydrate intake, because throughout the day, and my protein throughout the day, I'll end up snacking on a few bits and pieces there, here and there as well. But highly recommend that sweet chili sauce. It's so good. Exactly what I thought it was going to taste like. Delicious. Actually my favorite flavor. This will be my go-to now. I love the watermelon one. It is really sweet, but this one is so refreshing. So I just took out the sweet potato and the pumpkin, and I'm really excited to try it. I low-key want to eat it now, but I think I'm gonna wait because I just did a little clean of the house. There's something about like cleaning your space that just makes you feel so much better, especially after meal prepping. Okay, I am now showered, and to wrap up this video, I'm going to discuss all of the points that I spoke about briefly today, plus a few other tips in there while I put all of these delicious veggies into a container. I am no means perfect at all when it comes to this, and I know a lot of you guys who train with me face to face know this about me, is that I am constantly learning, and I feel like I'm very vulnerable with a lot of you guys about what I have troubles with, what I'm working on at the moment, and we're constantly just trying to pivot through life together. Like all of these tips I have learned through the years of training, but also just from you guys as well. Like a lot of these tips I get from you guys, and then we bounce off each other, but I'm here to just motivate you guys and remind you that if you're going through a really tough time at the moment and you're struggling to eat better, do things for yourself, and just level up in general, that we all are human and we all go through this. And I just want to give you a lot of love, because it is hard. It is hard out here. But at some point we have to pick ourselves up and hold ourselves accountable for the life that we create for ourselves. So that's what I've been doing this week, because last week I had a really challenging week in terms of motivation, not really feeling myself. I'm just feeling really soft and not really enjoying my training. So a few things that I've changed this week to make sure that I am becoming the best version of myself. I think the first thing that I want to discuss is training, because this is obviously where I spend most of my time, is in the gym. And I think that a lot of the time we overcomplicate training, and I definitely do. I'm such a perfectionist, so when it comes to training, if I'm not following a specific program, working towards something, have goals in mind, I'm constantly falling short of myself, and I'll make excuses. And just because I'm a PT doesn't mean that I don't deal with these things. I'm just like you guys, and unfortunately, we are human and we like comfort. So we make excuses, and that's what makes us feel like shit. So this week, what I've done is I've arranged a new system. I found that I need to get outside of the gym to do some of my training and it not be all running as well. So I've started doing Pilates as part of my strength training. My goal is to do 1 to 2 sessions a week. This week, I'm only gonna get 2 sessions in, and that's because I got a facial, because you guys know I'm dealing with aggressive acne. It's improved so much, but I had a facial, and you can't train for like 48 hours when you get a facial. So you best believe I scheduled my whole training around this facial. I didn't let it interrupt my schedule of my goals and my training, because it's important to me that I show up for myself this week. So I worked it out before I planned it, and I did it yesterday. So today is a rest day. I just did an hour walk on the treadmill, because you're allowed to train, but you're just not allowed to sweat. So my second tip would definitely be recovery. So things that come down to like your sleep and like even just showing up for yourself in general. You want to make sure that you're actually giving yourself the best chance to show up as the best version of you. And if that means that you're not getting enough sleep, you're not prioritizing your recovery, maybe you're training too much, you need to make sure that you alter this. This may look like not spending every weekend out with your friends drinking, and maybe swapping that for something like going for long walks, maybe taking your friends to the gym, maybe cooking with your friends, or going grocery shopping. I don't know. This is like some stuff that may seem really boring to people, but what me and my friends love to do. And that comes to my third point, is like surround yourself with people who are like-minded. And that doesn't mean ditch everyone that you're friends with if they're doing stuff that you don't enjoy. But if they're not willing to compromise and meet you halfway into doing things that makes you a better version of you, then I think asking yourself the question of like, are these people the right people for you? So those are my tips for today. I hope that they helped, and I hope that this video wasn't too long. I really wanted to try doing like that long form of content for you guys and just ramble and give you guys a piece of like my life and like my afternoon. I'm really excited to edit this. I hope that it all makes sense, because I have a feeling I'm gonna go through it and I'm gonna be like, okay, how the frick does this all add up? But fingers crossed I'll be fine. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, morning, night, whatever time it is. And yeah, much love.